Hi everyone. My name is Vidyasagar and I've been in IT for 16 years. Started my career with automation and became a technical product manager by accident because I was automating a lot of stuff. My manager said, "This is not your space. This is where you have to be." And I was a product manager for almost 9 years and frustrated with the job. I thought one day, hey, if I can build tools for this company, I can build for my own. And I went to few events and I thought, yeah, I can become a unicorn. Got few stickers and super confident, quit my job. Bloody hell, I come to the market and I see nobody's there to support you. Hey, where is my marketing manager? Where is my sales guy to get feedback from the field? Hey, where are other engineers? Then I decided I have to talk to first people. Then I attended events like this where I see first time founders and I am not a product manager with 8 years of experience. I am the same guy. And I said, what tools can help me out? I asked, I searched, I researched, found none. And that's where I said, this is a problem to be solved here. And that's where we come with Margawise. Marga is path and we are saying wise, take the right path is what we are saying. It's your first 24/7 AI co-founder. Everybody knows. I'm going to repeat that. Not going to repeat that first point. It's the number of ideas that have failed in the market that we have statistically recorded. Imagine the number of ideas where people built, did not even talk to friends, just killed it. That number would take you to 99.99%. And in the last 2 years, you would have seen everybody is vibe coding. Before I vibe coded Margawise, I vibe coded 4 other tools. Before even pitching to others, it was killed. There doesn't exist a single tool that guides founders forward. They have to either go to consultants or they have to take coaching separately for this. AI has made cheaper but not smarter. First timers lack the niche skill of recognizing patterns. That's what my observation in the last 2 or 2.5 months has given me a good insight. No structured system exists. I'll show you some other slides also. And when I went into the market, I started DMing everybody on LinkedIn, blindly, primarily targeting first-time founders. I found one guy called Tarun. He's based out of Coimbatore. He's full-time student, but on the part-time, he's looking to build some products. I asked him certain questions using Momsters. Hey, how do you go about doing this and all? He gave me a lot of insights. Then I said, hey, if I can quickly prototype and show him, can he use that? I did that. I connected with DeepGram and other speech to text and all. He started using that and he became our first paying customer. We kept him as a benchmark and we are trying to improve. And this all happened in the last week. This week we are trying to improve the product and all. But what Margawise does for him is it creates a belief map. Anything that we think is right is actually assumption unless backed by an evidence or a signal from the market or research, and again the research has to be first hand. And AI powered customer interviews, trust me, even a experienced product manager with 20-25 years of experience is facing it difficult to ask the right questions in the interview, customer discovery phases, because the moment he gets into the call totally derails into some other stuff and does not land in the space where we want it to be. There are different types of interviews again. You have customer, problem discovery, validation, willingness to pay, and then there are many other problems. Landing an interview to a conclusive evidence for your assumptions, which started the interview with, is very big problem. And I heard Abhijit sir is building something in the sales space. We already built and deployed in the market, already being used by 4 salespeople to drive objections, rejection handling and all. Evidence tracking is again one thing, but ultimately what we are trying to say is, hey, you first try to kill your idea, not build your idea. If you try to kill it and it survives, then there are better chances that it will work in the market. So the whole Margawise application works on that. You give it an idea, it will help you with certain stages, it will try to kill at every stage. If it survives all that modes, then it is fit for the market. We connected all these dots and we went further looking into our competitors. One competitor that we recently found was LeanSpark. Lean Spark is by Ash Moria. Ash Moria has written lots of books and is a well-known personality on lean innovation framework. He talks about scaling lean and building lean, I believe. And his core philosophy is that he has taken business model canvas, given it a twist of its own, and made it simpler using LLM on how you converse, clarify the assumptions, identify all the business revenue streams, and simplify it for an end user. We also observe that he is selling at $200 per seat, starting with $25. He says that, but all his seats are at $200 per month. We said, hey, that's a big opportunity. Even if I can capture 1% of that market, I am settled. So these are guys who are validating our assumptions before us, but we have some unique features of our own, which was mentioned here. He does not cater to many of these aspects which we are trying to do. And our interview co-pilot, which is our brainchild, we thought of it first. I wouldn't say in the market, but here we thought of it first. And we are trying to help first-time founders with that. Clarity came up recently, but what they are trying to do is, once you have conducted interviews with customers, they try to analyze that and give you output saying that, hey, connecting your Slack integration, Jira integration, and all other tools, here is what your customers are saying, and these are the insights. But nobody is asking proactively what we need to do. That's where Margawise is trying to be a little bit different. Lean Spark I already spoke about, and Margawise you already know. Yeah, our approach is also a little unique, where we are saying that even before you write your first line of code, can you sell the idea, the vision, the product to everybody else? For Margawise, we couldn't do that. My idea was that we pitch first, get the full feedback, and then we build. But to show the capability of the product in the hands of the user and to get a signed check or money, we had to build a prototype and give it. So that's where we landed. But otherwise, we are trying to see if killing your idea before you even think of taking it to the market and selling it before you build it could really fly here. On our TAM, SAM, SOM, this is a big number. I would not get into that. But SAM and SOM look very realistic for us, where digitally first accessible markets have a good $800 million market. I believe within 24 months or 2 years, we can easily touch $2 million for Margawise alone. And we are launching with 100 paying customers by which is a target by June 2026. We already have one user who is in real time giving us feedback. We have got a couple of users from IIIT Hyderabad who are trying to use this as we speak. So more feedback is coming. My co-founder is a tech guy. He worked for Qualcomm. His wife is delivering soon, so he's not here. He's in a good mood. I didn't want to disturb him. So this is our promise to first-time founders. Hey, forget unicorns, forget everything. $1 million if it is your target. We will take you from raw idea to minicorn. Anything that helps you enable in this journey, we are going to support you. From idea to validation, all the assumptions, everything is clarified. We give you evidence to build your MVP scope. Then to scale, we want to bring in a GTM channel, because if you have understood customer discovery and if you can flip it the other way around, it becomes your GTM. You identified where the channels are, the distributions are, what messaging people are using. You can flip it to make your GTM, where you know what message to give to the market, what channels to use for distribution, and how to monetize it. So we are looking at that scale, and ultimately bring in some mentors who can help us mentor these individuals towards minicorn. I would say dream big, but start small. So that's our messaging to the market. Margawise. Thank you. Yeah, I'm open for questions.
First of all, this was good, and the way you thought through is good. Of course, there might be some rough edges that we need to, One thing that I was looking at was positioning part, okay? Because you are always comparing with Lean Spark.
Yeah.
So you already have a competitor who is renowned,
Well known and well established. Yes.
established. So if people have to come to Margawise, what is the exact positioning going to be and how are you going to be different from them?
Yeah, good point. We have not thought through it fully, but the first attempt that we are trying to do is use local communities to drive that first push. And we, through our research, we have known that people are not really aware of tools that can help in their first founder journey. So we are trying to see if we can pitch as the first tool that can be in the market. And Lean Spark is never heard of tool even in product managers community because they are doing B2B. So we are trying to be a B2C kind of thing.
Second thing is generally in these kind of tools or the availability is one. You're also competing with even the LLMs.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
And I would actually first go and try it out in an LLM as well.
Correct.
Whatever you say. So in that case, when I get an LLM model for free or at a fraction of a cost,
Yes.
and I can do multiple other things,
Yes.
how would you be able to differentiate it in that case? Positioning. Again, here also the positioning part is something that needs to come out with. So, you should say that, when people go to these LLMs, they get misguided or they stray away from the path. But this is how Margawise is different in that case.
Sure.
That needs to come out clear so that your positioning becomes much
Very
better.
clear. Sure.
That is another part. And third thing is again with respect to the execution part. So you have said these are the problems that they would want to solve. But how have you gathered these data?
Okay.
How have you trained your model?
Yes.
And what makes your model comparatively sound than others?
Yeah.
And,
So we use Margawise itself to do the discovery for Margawise itself.
Yeah, that's you're doing it based on the data that is already available, and you don't know how clean the data is.
We did first party interviews. These are called interviews. So what happens is when you go to interview and you give it certain objectives that hey, my primary objective is we started with product managers to say that hey, there is challenge. We built a hypothesis around that. We gave a success definition saying that at least 20 interviews should say hey, this is my hair on the, taking Prakash sir's example, hair on fire problem, and we listed out what could be assumptions in this. And what we did was we went and actually conducted these interviews with people, and it started giving us these validations in real time. On assumptions, we found out, again, this is mocked up. What we did was on Excel sheet and LLMs, and manually scored these cards, and we came with a validation that hey, this is a problem in the market. So we did the same exercise manually, which you are now building as an MVP. I wouldn't call MVP, but building the product.
I just have one more. Please. So in your case, what will be the first set of founders who will be interested? Because if you say that my product can satisfy the needs of every founder from every different sector,
Right.
that would become very difficult.
Yes.
So what is the exact sector that you want to target, where you see that you will be able to have an edge over others?
Yeah. For now, we are only taking digital products, B2B and B2C, in either SaaS or B2C kind of a scenario. But we spoke to few mechanical engineers who work for few physical products like river and all, who see that if some individual wants to explore some battery problem in that space, will this product work for them? We explored this ideation with them. He says there is scope, but he did not give clarity.
That's a different use case altogether.
Correct. But we are primarily trying for digital products.
So again, when you say you are going to be this specific, that's good, because
Yes.
this is the customer segment I'm going to target, and this is what I bring to the table because of your own experience as well.
Right.
So that actually validates the point that it is not any normal app, because we come with the experience and we have trained the model, and your market size will also now make more sense. Because now this 2 million, if you say, if it comes only from this segment, then it makes sense.
Okay. One feedback that I got talking to my friend from Prakash sir's point was, and PK's point was, ICP is the core here.
Yeah.
If you don't identify the right ICP, we are dead on day 0, not even day 1. So we are exploring tier 2 and tier 3 cities right now, not even tier 1. This is not my primary persona. We want to go to tier 2, tier 3, who don't have that budget of spending 10,000, 15, 20,000 to come to the cities and do that. Because he's a full-time student. I don't think he can come and do that 5-day course or 6-day course also. Maybe it's difficult for him. So we're trying to see if we can venture first into tier 2, solve their problem for at least 2,000, 5,000 people, show that as a testimonial, then go either ways, tier 1 or tier 3.
And is there any sign-ups or something that people have promised that, please send us a link when you...
No, we only showcased it to 5-10 people. IIIT Hyderabad and Tarun, they are validating it. We are yet to start our first campaign. We have not done that.
You spoke about lean canvas.
Yes.
So this is something that's based on the lean canvas model, and you say that these are the
No, sir.
steps that
We removed a whole lean canvas because
they did remove it. Okay.
field in field people don't understand what is ICP, what is TAM, SAM, SWAM and all. They don't understand. So we are trying to simplify the whole language for them, saying that hey, how can this help you?
I agree. So that same lean canvas, whatever they show as jargon,
Elements of that we have brought.
elements of that you're bringing and putting it here. And I want to pick on just that point what you said, your LLM. See, there are many LLMs in the market today available. These are what you have.
There's a wrapper on top of that. Yes.
Right, there's a wrapper on this. That's a wrapper on this, right? So when you say my LLM is the best one to work around, is it only the front which is the wrap that you're showcasing, or is it the model that is the best of its kind? How do you place these two?
Yeah, for us LLM is least of worry. Today I can use Grok and generate even much better results than Claude if you use our tool. What we have done is, at every step we have done two things. We are checking if you have explored enough, and secondly we are leading the user towards this resolution on the top right corner. So what exploration does is, have you done enough research in the market is what we are asking. And second, this indicates how close are you to taking a decision, whether to build, kill or this one. For example, in this case, it's suggesting me, Margawise itself, it's suggesting me kill now, because you have not done enough research. Even after I've done 10-15 interviews, which I have not fed here. But with the 2 interviews that I've did properly, it's saying kill. You've not done enough research. So what we are trying to do is, we have our own algorithm written down, which is few equations, algebraic equations that we have written, A is equal to BX plus C kind of experience.
Yeah, it's fair enough, yeah.
We have given some weightages on what aspects, if are clear in the early stages, you can proceed to this.
So that's exactly my point. See, this is a sort of either a linear or a non-linear model that you have.
Correct,
Right?
correct.
Now the weights. I wanted you to say that. How are you determining the weights? What is the basis for the weights?
It's, again, not to
That's
sound
where
like an
that's where
intelligent person here,
So
but
that's where the lean canvas comes
Correct,
in, right?
correct,
So there
correct.
is enough research in the academic world based on certain things happening in the market, based on which they have arrived at weights.
correct.
That's where lean canvas arrives at.
Correct.
And that's where more or less, at least at 40%, I wouldn't say 100%, 40% level they're successful. So how are you deriving these weights?
Yeah, good question. We only looked at business model canvas and lean innovation framework, and we've taken the core elements of them. The weightages that we have kept is configurable for now, which can be tweaked later. We want to use first 5,000 or 10,000 users, see if they are arriving at this decision, take this feedback as to configure that weights again.
Okay. Can you do one thing? Can you go back to that, what was that, lean wrap?
Lean innovation framework.
Yeah. What is the weights they are using?
They are not using any weights, sir. So whatever you feed into that, they are saying you are the best. You go, you build a unicorn company. They are not saying kill the idea. They are not allowing you to take decisioning and all. They are saying whatever you, just like LLM. They are also saying give me $200 per month. You go and build it. They are not way. Their success doesn't depend on your success. But I am saying here that my success depends on your success.
In which case, can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Instead of going by weights, which is the easy thing, which is not the easiest thing to do because weights are tricky. You can do in what in statistical terms what we call assume causation for correlation.
Correct. We're trying to avoid that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There could be correlation. Today it's raining, somebody died. They're
No.
correlated, and daily there are people dying. It's happening, but that's not causing it. Right? Now weights can do this. Instead of that, I would look forward. If you are into statistics and if you know a little bit of this, I would build random forest algorithms or decision tree algorithms.
Sure.
If you incorporate decision tree algorithms, even with 10 interviews, you can work. Think through that. Maybe we can discuss at some other time.
Thank you.